Welcome to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. If you're passionate about Central Florida theme parks like we are, then you've come to the right place. Now on to the show. Here's your host, Bill Balcerski.
Universal Disney Nuts, I am Bill, your host. Welcome to UDN Live, the holiday version. We are back at the Tiki Bar, ladies and gentlemen. If it sounds very echoey out here, it's because we're actually back outside.
Yeah.
Out of Santa's secret, what was it?
Santa's Secret Studio.
Studios. I couldn't
That's
think
right.
of the other S. I was
That's
like,
right.
Sanctuary Shed.
Santa's Secret Shed.
I
Nice.
think it should have been.
Whip that
Santa's
elf.
Secret.
Whip it.
Van by the water. Happy holidays, everybody. We are almost at Christmas. What are we looking at? Countdown's like
days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Today's 22nd.
22nd.
Jeez.
Or at least when I got off work
Yeah.
it was. I don't know anymore. That's
So,
night, people.
3 more days till Santa comes.
yeah, about that. So we're going to get into the holiday spirit here a little bit,
Aww.
right? We can talk about it while this is playing. So welcome back to the Tiki Bar. It feels good. Couple of podcasts in the Turkey Layer and the Secret Santa.
Yeah.
But now we've returned for the holiday edition of UDN Live from the Tiki Bar.
Should be the cookie layer.
That's right,
Those
the cookies. If you haven't joined us before, we just posted a video on UDN Live. We just finished decorating some cookies, which was super fun. I showed you the house that Tanya has
Lovingly.
decorated.
Barfed up Christmas.
Hey,
Admitting you have a problem is the first step.
there's no
But
problem.
yeah, exactly, bro.
Really?
Dave's tapping his
Got the Ray Charles
tapping his
going.
shoulders. Yeah, he's got that itch.
It looks very festive.
Festive, right? Chief Kamanawanalea is welcoming us back to the Tiki Bar, everyone.
Surprised he's not wrapped in lights.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. We had to take down the. I got to
We have
clean
to
the
take
Tiki
down the
Bar.
garland.
Yeah, I got to take down the Tiki
But
Bar.
it will be back up.
Yeah, she'll have this thing full
Tomorrow.
blown by the time our friends come. So the next podcast will be awesome. We're gonna have a very special guest in studio, Clinton Wenz from Rock Stars and Flowers.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. I don't know if you've seen their work, but it's phenomenal. We'll talk about
Yes.
that during our sponsor page. So what do you say we get this ball rolling here, huh?
Yeah, we got lots to talk about today.
Yes, lots to talk about. We've got some awesome segments coming your way. Happy holidays, everybody, from UDN. Let's get into it. Now, we all know that we're still dealing with Corona, even though we have a vaccine out now, which has its own controversy, right? Ups and downs with that. We're not going there. You know that whole thing that Tanya talked about last podcast about Disney putting virtual masks on people?
Yep.
Well, they've decided to stop doing that.
I was gonna say a few days after we had talked about
Literally.
it. Yeah.
Hashtag awkward. I think that probably was a good move
Yeah, I think so.
because that could have opened the door to some really big problems for Disney.
Yeah, I think they were, trying it to see if it would work, but then word got out and
People
that
had their masks
squashed-
down even
Exactly,
more.
Yeah.
Right.
As usual, people have to ruin a good thing.
They are now stopped doing it,
Yes,
and the
they
reason is very masked.
Ha.
Ah,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
wow. Don't quit your day job.
These are the jokes, folks.
Which is now a day job.
Which is now a day job. These are the jokes, folks. Try to keep up.
Ay, ay, ay.
So, but in another very cool thing, Disney has announced that Disney Plus is going to be doing Disney Park Sunrise. Have you heard of this yet?
I hadn't until you
have.
mentioned
this
it.
This is really cool.
This is very cool. I don't know if you guys are into this or not, but Disney Plus is they're going to live stream from the parks sunrise and sunset. So like the background's going to have like the Cinderella Castle and the Spaceship Earth and everything else. So when the sun comes up at Disney, you're there
Yeah.
and you don't have to physically be there. I think it's very cool.
I do too.
They're going to do sunrise and sunset for an hour at Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom. Like I said, each episode is going to be 60 minutes long. And throughout that hour, the visitors can watch the sunrise over the iconic locations such as the Cinderella Castle, Spaceship Earth, and the Tree of Life. Hashtag oil rig. So,
Really, Bill?
ruin the magic, bro. Ruining the magic.
You suck.
Guests will experience Walt Disney World from afar, which is kind of cool.
I think the Serengeti would have been a good one
Yeah, I think
with
so.
the animals out there. And
Yeah. Also, Disney is going to be sharing online through Disney Plus Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks. They're going to do that with the park closed.
Are they going to be a mini?
I don't know. That's a great question. Not sure.
I don't know. We'll have to watch it and find out.
And then the candlelight processional videos from years past.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've already done some of that on YouTube. We had talked about that the last podcast.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about the candlelight processionals later on in Random Topic. We're going to do some Christmas stuff, which is cool. So, also in the news, Disney. A lot of stuff Disney lately. What's up with Universal? They're not really announcing much.
They're kind of flying under the radar right this moment.
Under the radar.
I mean, they've got stuff going on, but nothing, like a few big things that I got for mine. But other than that, it's a little here and there stuff.
Yeah. Well, Disney has announced new environmental goals set for 2030. The 5 main goals of what they're trying to focus on is greenhouse gas emissions, water, materials, and sustainable design. Now, you know Disney has always been really on the forefront of environmental stuff when it comes to these theme parks.
Yeah.
You know about the solar farm that's just north of Disney off of 429.
Yes.
Uh,
Huge. It's
yeah, really
actually-
big.
It's enough to power 2 of the parks.
Now, I imagine when the winter solstice, they're not getting as much energy as in the summertime. But in the summertime, I'm sure they're loading up.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the 2030 environmental goals that Disney has announced are to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions for direct operations, purchasing or producing 100% zero carbon electricity for all direct operations, which you see that already, collaboration with industrial groups on investing low carbon fuel initiative, investing in natural climate solutions, implementing site-wide watershed stewardship strategies.
Want to say that again?
No, I don't. Serving 100% environmental responsibility seafood at the U.S. parks and resorts.
Nice.
Not sure what that means. 100% environmentally responsible seafood.
Maybe it's in-house grown like they do at Living with the Land or
I
something.
don't know.
The aquarium at Living Seas will soon be empty.
There's like one fish left floating around. He's like half dead.
He's drawn that way.
They're working on zero waste to landfill for Disney's whole operation parks. They'll probably just create their own landfill.
Exactly.
New construction projects will be designed near net zero, minimizing water consumption. All paper, wood, and palm oil products, Disney brand packaging, will be from certified sustainable sources. And reduce company's plastic footprint across all business. So there you go. Those are the 2030 goals of Disney for environmental reasons.
Nice.
Now, we talked about the solar fields that's north of Disney off 429 there. Disneyland Paris has got the solar parking lots. Have you seen this?
Yeah, now that I like.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool because now your car is covered and they're using it as solar.
Honestly, they should do
Panels.
that here.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I could see them doing that in Disneyland.
And your
in
car's
their parking lots.
Or Epcot, since it's supposed to be all
Yeah,
about
exactly.
prototype of tomorrow.
right.
Yeah.
And your car's not going to be as hot when you go back to it, and it's going to be covered in case of the rain or whatever. And they're getting solar power.
Yep.
I can't
Yeah,
see
but
why
I
they
think
wouldn't
the
do it.
difference with Paris is that those parking lots aren't as big because people from Paris can take the metro in.
Maybe.
Because there's a station right there that
They
lets
could
you
still
off
do
at Disneyland, doesn't it?
sections.
Yeah, they can do sections.
Make
Yeah,
it
true.
premium parking and charge you $50 a vehicle and let you
Well,
park in
they
the
already
shade.
charge you for
Right.
premium parking, so that could
Yeah,
just
but they
probably
can
be
make
part
it.
of it.
Yeah, so they raise it to $60.
That's a good point, though. They'll probably put it in premium so they get people
Yeah,
to buy
you
premium.
want to park in the shade?
Yeah, here you go. Right. No word on Universal's future environmental goals, although Universal has environmental goals. I've
Yes.
seen them, but they're not really all that in your face about it.
They're not, but I mean, with the indefinite standstill of Epic Universe, I mean, you got the Shingle Creek literally running, which is the headwaters for the Everglades that runs right behind where the park's being built.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously, they're taking a lot into consideration just off of that alone.
Big news for Universal. It continues. They continue to reach capacity.
Pack it out
Unbelievable.
early in the morning.
Unbelievable. I mean, before like 11:30 in the morning, they're at full capacity. I'm like, wow. Did you see the line?
That was
You
crazy.
posted.
Yeah, all the way back to the parking garages.
All the way back from both parks.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's through City Walk, all the way around. I'd have a very hard time standing
it's
in
up
front
to
of.
like the movie theater.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
they've gone all the way to the parking garage.
Oh,
The one that the guy
all the
posted,
way back.
the one
Yeah.
posted was
Wow.
he was there, but he put it back and showed how far back it went. Nope.
No, thank you.
I mean, to be honest with you, I would be like having a really hard time being in line waiting to go to the parks in front of Voodoo Donuts.
But then you have to think, all right, assuming people are doing 6 foot and not like 3 inches behind the person in front of them, how far would that line technically be? Otherwise, would they just be the
Well,
bridge, if that?
That's a good point. Maybe it's because they're social
Social.
distancing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wouldn't be that long. It just, right now, I mean, everything looks long on the
Well,
lines.
yeah, that's like the line to Disney. You know, they say that it's 50, 55 minutes, but really, I think the longest that we waited, like Victoria and I had gone to Magic Kingdom, a lot of the things all said 50, 55 minutes and 20, 25 minutes. It just looked really long because of all the spacing and stuff.
Yeah, well, to give you
Right.
an idea how busy Universal is in comparison, Shrek was a 175-minute wait today.
That's crazy.
E.T.'s been 75 minutes. Who wants to wait to watch a shriveled raisin?
Oh, leave E.T. alone.
Very well done, Mr. Indy. Very well done. Very well done.
E.T. gets a bad rap. You guys are horrible.
E.T.'s older than you. They need to get rid of E.T.
E.T. is not older than me.
They keep
When
it on
did
the
E.T.
space.
come out?
The 80s?
83, 84? As everyone but me grabs their phone to look.
I don't know. 82, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's funny M&M's turned them down, and that's why Reese's Pieces came about. M&M's still probably kicking themselves on the money they could have made.
Right.
Yeah, well, I don't think M&M's is struggling.
Yeah, probably not. Not with my roommate.
And
Goes through a
speaking,
bag every
Yeah,
2 days.
1982.
all right, so there
Same
you
year
go.
Epcot opened.
So speaking about Universal, they have announced the new retro U-Design phone cases. Have you seen these?
I have.
No.
Featuring the original Universal Studios design, the
Oh, let me
old
guess.
school
It's
one.
only for
Yes.
iPhones.
No.
No, it looked
Hang on.
like it
Really?
actually. Yeah, they actually looked like it would fit on these, but
Wow.
iPhones has got that new camera too on their newest one, so I don't know.
Back up the truck, sister. Hang on. Okay,
Throw
so
ET in it.
I'm still betting that it's only for iPhones.
hang on. So you have the original designs, the original Universal Studios logo. You have the original one with the original rides, like Jaws and all those old school ones, Back to the Future.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind
And
having
then-
that one.
The Monsters logo, they have like all the monsters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can customize it with your name for an extra $5.
Which isn't that bad.
No.
No.
And they are providing for iPhone between 6 and 11. What iPhone is out right now? 20?
12.
Is it 12?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Samsung Galaxy is 20.
20, right?
iPhone's just announced 12.
But they have announced iPhone 6 to 11 Plus Pro Max and Samsung.
Wow.
Probably because it's a customize your own type situation, so it's probably a third party that's
Right.
doing it. With
Don't
their,
get
like-
too excited though, because it's S7 through S9.
Oh, well, that helps us zero.
Hey, you still lost
I
though.
already
You
have the
said you were
20,
willing to
so-
bet that they weren't going to do Samsung, and they're doing Samsung.
Yeah, just not,
Samsung from like 3 years ago.
I
yeah,
still
because
have
they
some.
have what, the 20 or the 10 and now the 20. So
Right.
that helps zero.
They'll go
for-
great on my backup phone that I use only for an alarm clock.
$30 plus $5 for the engraving of your name. So there you go. Let me introduce to you Mr. Dave Indy with your Universal News.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Andy.
Hello. I'm an
Merry
alcoholic. Oh, wait,
Christmas,
wrong meeting.
Indy.
Merry Christmas. So got just short and sweet this week for Universal News. I'm not sure if anyone saw it on the UDN page, but on the 18th of this month, Universal and Nintendo did a 15-minute live stream show to show off the new land that's opening on February 4th, 21st at Universal Studios Japan. Mario's creator, and I had to write down how to pronounce it because I can butcher Japanese names real good. Shigeru
As we can all.
Miyamoto.
Right.
Exactly, or Mario's daddy, as he said in the video, which was awkward.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Hosted the video showing many different areas of the lands. He showed like off the gift shop, some exclusive toys that will only be sold there, like a walking Mario that does not require batteries. It's a little push toy kind of thing that was kind of cool. He showed off the different types of food, which from Toads, which everything seems to be mushroom kind of geared.
Okay.
Shocker.
Anybody want to have mushroom flavored popcorn? Yeah,
Ew.
they got it.
Ew.
I know Tanya would like that.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I do
They
not
have like
mushrooms.
peaches, caramel, and then they have a mushroom flavor. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll let that one go for other people who like
Yeah, not
fungus.
so much. Not so-
Yeah.
But they also showed off how much that land is going to be interactive. They kept a lot of stuff they didn't want to show, but like certain bricks, the power-up bands they showed, as well, how it has on the back a QR code that links it to your phone. You can keep score and stuff. But the cool thing is when you
cool.
purchase the band, which there's 8 different ones, is anyone who owns like a Switch, a Wii U, or the new 3DS, they have the Embryo technology in it, which basically like the little figurines, like people have the Disney Infinite little statues for their gaming units,
Oh,
or
okay,
Skylanders
right.
that was out before then. Same technology works on that band, so they didn't really go into details how that's going to work, but it's not like you just bought a band and it'll never be good. Somehow that's going to link into your gaming units later on, which I think is a really smart idea for Nintendo.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's the way they're going to go now, though. It's going to be all interactive. Like they're going to
interactive,
try to
yeah.
immerse you into the park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's definitely going to be.
And I think Disney's even working with that whole, what was it, Meta Universe or whatever,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
with everything rolling into one.
Right, and you saw the Disney Play thing. Like they were
Yes.
tap dancing into that there for a little while with the Disney Play thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So-
because you're in the parks and you can bring up the play, and there's different things that you can do in different lands, and that'll-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tie it all in. So I think it's kind of cool. I can't wait. But they did confirm in the video near the end that Orlando and California are getting Universal's or their own Nintendo land. They just did not give a time frame or anything. Whether ours will be shoved into the kiddie zone like originally planned. At one point, please bring the Donkey Kong coaster because that just thing looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
And stuff. If anyone's never seen those drawings, it definitely it's new technology on that one. It looks like for a coaster design,
I'll have
but
to get that soundbite
Donkey Kong,
of the Donkey Kong music.
yeah.
I got it in my head right now, but I can't do it. Like
And the music that plays, there's multiple
Just
music.
work with me, people. I'm trying to just work
Wow.
But speaking of music,
Yay.
I got nothing.
How was that again?
well, I hope the music's better in Nintendo Land because they all have
Right?
different soundtracks.
You know, that's when he jumps up and grabs a hammer and he's like, and he's like, yeah, all right, Kona. All right, settle down, kid.
Wow. Jeez.
I'm freaking out Kona here.
I would help you out on it, but it was more fun watching you suffer with that song. But
I'm going to try to find it now. Go ahead. Go
But
ahead.
when you enter the tunnel, which no one's ever seen the enter the warp tunnels, it shows them going in through that and stuff. So it's kind of cool how they're warping you into the land. And then as soon as you come into Peach's castle, they're playing the music from the 64 version of Mario. So I thought that was kind of cool. Can't wait to see when that land's open. They've already did a tech rehearsal, invite only, the other day. Obviously, their biggest thing was no pictures, no videos posted till the land officially opens. And the raffle, I think, starts tomorrow for the lucky winners of their annual pass holders who get a sneak peek before the land officially opens, too, on that one. So good luck to anyone that's over there.
Yeah, that should be a lot of
Coming
fun.
back to our area.
Hang on. I think I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, Lord.
See, you're pretty good at it, too.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just wanted to watch you bomb
Hang
at
on. Let's
it.
see if I got it. All right, keep going. I'll try to get this.
We'll come back to you.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I know. Leave it to Bill to be anticlimactic.
I know, right? Jeez.
Awkward.
Says the wife. But so back on our end, anyone who goes to the parks now and loves riding Forbidden Journey, they have a new locker area. So when you come up to the entrance, it actually you kind of geared swerve to the left there. It's kind of back there. It's themed on the backside to Jurassic Park, but on the front side they kind of worked it in to fit the theming on that one. But the cool thing is like I said, the new locker area that freed up the space of the old one, and I was kind of surprised how quick they ripped everything out. But they've extended Fetch's Emporium for confiscated goods, which was basically the exit of the gift shop right there. So that's kind of interesting. So you get more feel of the Harry merchandise, as well as it spreads it out, get those people a little bit more social distance during this time. Fortunately, it didn't look like anything new that I haven't already seen, but you know, anytime they can bring more Slytherin merchandise in, I'm good with that. And then something that I have yet to kind of see, so this could be breaking news, but as of yesterday, a couple of sources confirmed for me that for the full service restaurants in City Walk, they now require a reservation. So no walk-ups on that one.
Really?
If you walk up, from what it's being said, they will turn around and tell you have to make a reservation, assuming one's even available.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
However,
I guess there was too many people standing around waiting.
possibly
Is that,
a lot of waiting, but they were also having, from what I've been told, possibly issues with large parties trying to be booked, showing up, or trying to split their party into two and hoping to be near each other. So that may be, not to mention with the parks being at capacity, I don't know if this is just for the holidays or if it plans to be longer. Or just a test thing. Definitely with the parks being crowded, because anyone that tries to go to Tucson when the parks let out, it's sometimes a 2-hour wait to get into Tucson's to eat.
Right.
You know, me and Michelle got lucky. The last time we went, they kind of slipped us in, and within 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because it was only 2 of us.
Right.
So, you know,
2s are a lot easier.
So they're like, yeah, we can do it. I made sure I gave shout outs at guest services for the team members that took care of us.
That was nice of them.
On that one. But the downside, and I'm going to support the Karens on this one. Surprisingly, if you go to Universal's website under City Walk and new safety measures, if you scroll down to question number 4, and I sent this to a couple people, or made mention of it, that they need to update this. It says, can I make a dining reservation? It says restaurants are accepting walk-ups only and reservations are not available at this time. Please note the wait times may be longer due to limited capacity at our venues. And I was like, Karen's got a leg to stand on. If I walk up there and you tell me, I'd be like, I want compensation. Especially, you know, I spent time and money. I was going to go to Disney Springs to eat. I showed up here instead to get my milkshake. And then you people, I hate to say it, I'm on Karen's side for once, you know.
Let me talk to the manager.
But, you know, so I sent feedback even on that one on their website. Be like, yo, y'all need to fix this. If you're telling people one thing, you're...
Yeah,
so,
I got you.
Now that's on the Universal site, or that's on each individual restaurant's site?
No, this is on Universal's under City Walk, and they're. Sorry, I wasn't petting you. The new safety on the frequent ask number 4 about walk-ups only. But I know they just started doing reservations not long ago. Maybe they haven't updated the website, but if you call the reservation center there. And mention anything, you know, restaurant-wise and talk about walk-ups, supposedly they're going to turn around and tell you, you know, you now have to have a reservation. And if I assume you show up at the restaurant, they're maybe pushing it, maybe not as hard just because it's new. There's no info stating.
Yeah, maybe.
When I looked at, but I was told an internal email was sent basically saying this is how it's going to be. So more to know on that one, more to follow. So that's what I got for this week for the holidays.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Indy. Greatly appreciate it. As Kona joins the podcast.
Yes.
Demands being petted.
He's like, you're not done petting me.
Yeah.
Get back on this.
It's like, dude.
Yeah, I don't care if you got a podcast.
Go ahead, Kona. You got anything to say? No? You're just going to chew on the wires? All right, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Miss Tanya with your Disney news.
Oh, well, thank you for that intro.
I didn't get lovely.
I know, right?
I mean, I usually do. But
I know. I usually get X'd out. And guess he's feeling
festive.
The holiday spirit.
Look at the Grinch getting a heart.
Right,
no,
exactly.
not so much.
See?
Not so
it
much.
grows 3 times.
Awkward.
Wow. There is so many directions we can go with that. I don't even know.
I retract that statement.
I don't even know where to. I'm speechless right now.
My hands were in the shape of a heart, so.
Oh, that was a heart?
Yes. Anyhow.
And the cat leaves on that one.
I know.
Cat's like, you people are crazy. I'm out of here.
So, anybody that is already tired of winter,
Nope.
Disney, I'm not either, but I'm sure there's plenty of people up north that are already tired of the snow and everything.
Tired of being cold. Go ahead.
So Disney announced
Man
this
up.
past week that the Flower and Garden Festival will start March 3rd and runs through July 5th this year. It's 4 months.
Yeah, like an extra month.
It's like, an extra 30 days. So, yeah.
Buy 3 months, you get a free month.
Hey,
Well,
there you go.
think about it though. The Flower and Garden Show, they really don't have to do much for it. Because if you think about it, the Food and Wine Festival pretty much brings all of those little individual kiosks to it, right?
Yeah.
So they already got that in place.
Well, they
Then-
do the individual kiosks at the Flower and Garden Festival now, too.
Right,
Really,
but-
all of their festivals.
You bring in the landscaping, you bring in the butterflies, and you're good. Like,
Yeah.
there's really not a heavy lift from Disney to get this thing up and running.
Well, it does take about a year to prep for it because, well, this is going to be the 28th year at Epcot.
Wow, I didn't
I
realize that.
know,
28
right?
years, bro.
28 years at start. And there are approximately 30 million blooms, 240 floating flower planters, 700 gardens, 30 flower towers, almost 100 Disney character topiaries, and a butterfly tapestry of flowers.
Butterfly
Sounds like the
tapestry
amount
of
of
flowers.
And obviously the
Decorations.
butterfly garden.
Sounds like how many Christmas decorations are in your house right now.
Yeah, right?
Really? I could do a whole lot more.
No,
so
you
don't
won't
even
either.
get me started. Whatever.
If you guys want to go check out the Christmas decorations Tanya did in our house, go to UDN and check out our Christmas cookie UDN Live.
Make it to the Eeyores that she was screaming about.
No, I didn't make
He
it to the
did
year.
not.
Didn't even make it to
No.
half the house.
No, I didn't really. I mean, I just focused on the living room and everything else. But
Yeah, and the guest
Everybody
bedroom
was
is
ve-
decorated. The master bedroom is decorated.
welcome to my hell.
Hey, look, I made you a special cookie afterwards.
Yeah,
The yard is
exactly.
decorated. So more on the yard for next year. But anyhow, new Super Zoom Magic Shot is available at Disney's Animal Kingdom. With the icy Himalayan peaks in the background, head over to the base camp of Expedition Everest and find a Disney PhotoPass photographer. It will be available from 10 a.m. through sunset, weather permitting. So that should be a lot of fun. And the Super Zoom Shot is still available at the Magic Kingdom, and you can find two Super Zoom Shots over at Hollywood Studios and Batu, which I did not know that. So the first one is near First Order Cargo, and it offers a unique photo where rebels or villains of the First Order are surrounded by the scenery of Batu. And the second is at Docking Bay 7, Food and Cargo, where you'll be in frame with the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, so a couple zoom shots for you to
Anything
do
to make
it.
a buck.
Well, no, those are all included in your Magic Pass or whatever for the Photo Pass.
Oh,
So if you have,
the upgraded pass.
yeah, like silver, gold, those are all
I
part
think
of.
it's gold because my silver, I didn't think
Oh,
I had it. No.
I thought all of the passes had
No.
it.
It starts gold and up. That's the only reason I didn't do gold because same dates. I
okay.
just didn't need the photo pass.
Okay. And then if you buy, obviously, the whole,
Shebang.
shebang. then
Shebang.
and there are
Shebang,
videos
shebang.
and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And
Settle down,
if you
Ricky
remember several podcasts ago when we had gone on Kilimanjaro Safari and we had posted a picture towards the end, there was some construction going on
Yes.
and we were speculating as to what that was going to be. Well,
I'm excited on this one, actually.
yeah, on Kilimanjaro Safaris, as you near the end of your journey through Harambe Wildlife Reserve, you will see a warden's outpost where you have miniature West African goats as the newest members.
And we were told it was going to be storage.
Yeah. How
Horse
rude.
donkey.
So yeah, those are the newest members of the safari.
Those are like the pygmies, right? Like the really, really
Yeah, they're
small
little
ones.
miniature goats.
Yeah.
So how are they going to keep them in that area?
I would imagine there's probably some type of electronic thing in the.
They'll have shock collars.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
And then you can also find goats at Affection Section at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which has reopened for up-close visits with goats and other animals.
If they can use electric fences to keep in T-Rexes, I'm pretty sure they can handle pygmy goats.
It's like
Just
when you
saying.
go up north, or at least the Gatlinburg area, goats on a roof. That was always a cool little thing to pass by on the
Yeah.
internet. I'd be like, oh, look at that place.
All right, thank you, Miss Tanya.
You're welcome.
You know, it started out nice and warm here at the Tiki Bar, but it has cooled down significantly.
You gonna drag your fireplace out here?
I've just
I was going to
made.
say, we have a fire in the fireplace. And
You need a little burn pit right back here,
It had to drop at least, 3 to 5 degrees since we've been out
at
here?
least. I think it goes down to 58 tonight here.
Insane.
You'll be home in your bed sleeping. I'll
it's
be
only
at work.
59 out right now.
True story. Today's my day off, by the way, and it doesn't feel like a day off. When you work so much that when you have a day off and you just automatically start getting ready for work, not realizing it's your day off, you are working way too much.
I got up one night about 10 o'clock to go to work. Jumped out of bed in a panic because I had to leave by 10:20, and I got halfway down the stairs. I was like, oh, wait, I'm off today.
Oops.
I mean, in retrospect, we should be thankful, right, that we even have jobs.
Exactly.
But my God, like I've been working so much that it's like it doesn't even feel like it's a day off. It's crazy.
No.
All right, thank you, Miss Tanya.
You're welcome.
Now, typically we move into Mr. Indy
Yep.
with his Ask Indy, but unfortunately, we are going to do away with Ask Indy.
This week is Don't
From
Ask
this
Indy.
week.
So it's our new segment, Don't Ask Indy, because we're not answering anything, like at all.
Because Bill is going to get long-winded here for the random
Oh,
topic.
God,
so-
here we go.
Let me go grab my sandwich.
Yeah. I'm going to get long-winded again, folks. Here we go. But what we're going to do is
Like, that's a surprise at this point.
you should be into this. This is about Christmas.
Oh, I'm out of here.
I'm very excited, actually.
This
about
is about
this random
Christmas,
topic.
and this is about Disney.
I know.
Ladies
I'm
and
actually excited
gentlemen,
about this random topic.
this is your random topic.
Random topic.
All right, so now we're going on a journey, folks. Do 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 do. More sound effects.
Oh.
Follow me for recipes. We are going back in time, ladies and gentlemen.
We're high tech here.
Right?
We are going back to.
He has noise effects for everything else, but
That's right. We are going back to 1971. Now, some of us weren't even born yet. Some of us may have been born. We're not going there. But
One
back,
out of three.
But back in
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Not mentioning any names, Bill.
As we approach Christmas and as we approach the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World,
Yeah.
and being that we are so close to Christmas and this is our Christmas podcast,
Yes.
I thought it'd be cool if we went back in time just a little bit and talk about some things that Disney has done Christmas-wise. Okay, so we're going back to 1971. Now, this is less than 3 months after the park is open, so everybody's all abuzz that Disney is open, right? Welcome to Central Florida. We still have orange groves in Central Florida, believe it or not.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly.
What's a citrus tower?
We're getting less and less now.
And this is Disney's very first Christmas, so they got to nail it, right? So as an adult in 1971, the cost of a ticket book was $4.75. 19 cents for a state tax. But that included your admission, 7 ride tickets, and a transportation ticket. Now, the transportation ticket would be the boat or the monorail, right? And then admission into the park. I'm choking saying that. And then 7 ride tickets so you could ride the rides.
I didn't think you can buy a soda for $4 now on the bark.
Gosh. So Disney estimated the value at actually $7.95, so they were losing money because they were only charging $4.95 for the product. And it was even more of a bargain when you realized that a single park admission ticket without any tickets was $3.50. So if you just tacked on another $1.25, you got the package deal instead of just the park admission.
Wow.
But the park admission in 1971 was $3.75. December 12th of that year, Orlando Sentinel, the Orlando newspaper, still around, said this in the newspaper to announce Christmas at Disney World. Walt Disney World's first Christmas will be a spirited two-week holiday full of gallantry, tradition, and colorful character parades, and a commemorative religious pageant of the season. They'd never be able to get away with that now. Yuletide decorations will bring an added sparkle to an already fun-filled Magic Kingdom decked out literally for Christmas with a giant tree and hundreds of wreaths of hemlock and holly. Hemlock and holly.
Sounds festive.
Yeah.
Not
Special,
commercialized.
not commercialized at all. Special, and they were focusing on what really Christmas is all about. Special daily holiday parades begin the 20th, and 2 mammoth candlelight processionals are part of the spectacular events scheduled for the holidays. Floral, adorned with poinsettias, snapdragons, petunias, and over 50,000 pansies. Don't do it, Dave.
You
He
thought
knows
it
you too well.
Yeah. As I say, he points to me, but I know it went through his head when he first read that.
If it went through my head, it's going through your head. Come on. The theme park featured lights, decorations in each of the Main Street window shops. In the town square, a snowy 50-foot Christmas tree, especially selected and cut from Paradise, Michigan.
Oh, wow. So they used to have a real tree.
Real tree.
Yeah, they used to do it
Absolutely.
for quite a while, actually.
Serves as a colorful centerpiece, not white lights. For the festive theme park celebration, more than 1,200 lights and thousands of giant
Ornaments?
Ornaments?
I can't talk.
I thought you were about ready to say Oreos.
Oreos decorated the tree. Ornaments decorated the tree.
Rather have Oreos.
Magic Kingdom was open on Christmas Eve from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
Christmas Day hours were 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., extended to 9 a.m. to midnight for the week of Christmas and New Year's. Like any other holiday parade, the Christmas traditions from Disneyland were transported to Walt Disney World.
I can
Right?
see that, yeah.
In particular, the famous candlelight
Candle
procession.
processional, yeah. I
That's
would
right.
love to experience that at Disneyland one day.
According to the legend, an unpublished manuscript about the history of Disney's entertainment by Ron Logan, a former vice president of Walt Disney World Entertainment. One day in 1958, Walt Disney was supposedly remarked to his friends Charles Hurt of the University of Southern California, USC, saying that we need Christmas carol. I can't talk tonight. Christmas carol.
Carolers.
Yes, that. Assembling on Main Street. So he wanted them to sing to the guests. So he wanted to have the carolers on the Main Street while he listened when he was in his apartment up in the fire station.
Very cool.
You know, we've seen the pictures of the fire station apartment, right?
Yeah, because
He
it keeps
actually-
the lamp lit.
Yeah, and they have a Christmas tree there now. But he actually was listening to the candlelight processional from his office above the fire station. In 1958, the first evening candlelight processional was held with singers from 16 choirs moving
Wow.
down the main street to the plaza where they performed. Celebrities narrated the introduction in 1961 with actor-singer Dennis Morgan having the distinction of being the first one.
Didn't Walt bring down the first carol?
Indeed, he did.
I was gonna say.
Walked them down. Yeah, absolutely. Dennis Morgan performed that role from 1961 to 64 and again in 1966. Famous Dick Van Dyke, who's still rolling today.
He's the man. He's up there with Betty White.
Bro, he's like 90-something,
They're
right?
Highlanders, man.
Bro, I'm telling you. Him and Betty White, they sold their soul or something.
Keith Richards too.
Yeah, right. To help promote the film Mary Poppins, was the narrator in 1965. So in 1971, the Candlelight Professional was replicated in Magic Kingdom in Florida. It also was performed at the train station on Main Street, and it was part of the Disneyland counterpart. Now, this is where it gets interesting. And I know I seem like very long-winded, but this is where it gets very interesting.
Oh.
Okay, so Walt Disney World's very first Candlelight Processional was held December 18th and 19th at 6 p.m. each evening. 1,200 carolers from across the state of Florida made up the choir. Actor Rock Hudson narrated the Christmas story, while Frederick Fennell conducted the orchestra. A living Christmas tree was made up of the boys' choir from Orlando and St. Pete.
Very cool.
So you know when you go to the processionals now and they have that Christmas tree where everybody's standing up in a Christmas tree? Hi, Kona.
Yeah.
They were doing that since the first processional. I never knew that. That's very cool.
If you got a good thing going, keep it.
Yeah, so for the Walt Disney World performances, Dr. Hurt invited a good friend named Ralph Blaine and his wife to attend. Now, if you don't know Mr. Blaine, he is responsible for this song. Now,
Really?
now you remember this, right?
Yeah.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. So he's the one that actually wrote that song.
I did not know that though.
Yeah. Now, the reason why he wrote that song was in 1944, there was a movie called Meet Me in St. Louis. And the original person who sung that song was Julie Garland. You remember her, right?
Yes.
Ruby Slippers. If you don't know Julie Garland, she is the main actress in Wizard of Oz, right? So Ron Blaine came, and the tradition became for Blaine to perform that song at the Walt Disney World Candlelight Pre-Show every year until he died, which he did. Even when he was old and decrepit, he still performed that song.
That's so cool.
Have yourself a Merry Christmas, yeah.
What year did he
I
pass?
love
Do you know?
I don't have that here.
But he obviously could have only done it at Disneyland and versus us having it.
Yeah. So in 1971, Rock Hudson narrated the Candlelight Processional. Then Mr. Cary Grant in 1972.
Wow.
Right? And then Mr. Hudson apparently was pretty popular. He came back and did 73 and 74. So that gives you kind of a little history about how the very first Christmas at Disney went down. Now, since then, Disney has become the most magical place on earth for the holidays.
Yeah.
As we all
It's
know,
my favorite time of year.
every single year, and you could throw COVID at us, it don't matter, right?
We're going to
Still
pack
gonna
out them
make it
parks.
magical.
We're gonna pack out those parks.
Yeah, they're gonna make it magical.
And that's part of the reason why Disney is so popular during the holidays, because it's been an American tradition since the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has, right? If you think about it. Now, Disney
Well,
really
the
didn't start.
50s.
Yeah, well, Disney didn't really start getting active until in Central Florida until 71, 70. But, you know, they were out in California in the 50s, right?
Mhm.
So, but let me run down a couple of things that Disney has given us over the decades of Christmas that it's been here. You remember the Country Bear Christmas special?
I do.
do.
Yeah, pretty special, right? It's a special holiday edition of the Country Bear Jamboree in Magic Kingdom in 1984.
Big Owl.
It ended in 2006.
Sad. Sad, sad, sad.
The Port Orleans Christmas. Does that ring a bell to anybody?
No, because it'd probably be California because they have the New Orleans Square. We don't have
No, it was
one.
actually here.
Really?
Yeah, 1992 it started. It was outside of the food court. An energetic Harlequin gesture would do tricks, comedy, and balance a 6-foot ladder on his chin.
At the
Oh, so
resort?
this at the resort.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, that
Yes.
makes sense.
And it
I never
concluded.
saw that.
I was trying to put it in the park.
Yeah, don't try to bounce a ladder. You and ladders don't really go. And then it was concluded by singing a bunch of carols. So it fizzled out as soon as it started. Like it was only going for like a year or so. Kona's curled up with his mama. How about Glory and Pageant of Christmas? You guys remember that? So I'm going back.
know.
Like I'm taking it old school because I'm an old fool who's so cool.
Oh,
But if you want to get down, let me show you the way.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Whoop, there it is. Let me hear you say. Okay, so dogs are enjoying
I was gonna say.
the dogs are enjoying the background.
I'm gonna say
But,
not tag team back again.
Between there you go. Between the 80s and 90s for about 15 years. Back then, it was held at the Disney Village Marketplace, which is also known as Disney Springs today.
I remember seeing it many times as a child. Well, not really. I played on the playground. My parents watched it.
Yeah, so it was a traditional 36-actor living nativity scene enacted in an open-air pavilion known as Captain's Tower. Do you know where that is?
No.
The dogs apparently know where it is.
Apparently.
Should be
I
where the
didn't go
stage
to
is.
Disney that often back then.
Captain's
Roughly.
Tower is now Pin Traders at Disney
Oh,
Springs.
Okay.
Yep. We were just there the other night.
Yes.
And then they moved to the waterfront stage. That stage that's in front of Ghirardelli,
Yeah.
that was built for that Christmas show
Oh, that's cool.
back in the Disney.
Wow.
And then
Yep.
maybe 50 feet behind that, heading towards the World of Disney store there, was where the little wooden playground with slides and like two swings and stuff was at way
Oh,
back
wow.
when.
Yeah, and what's
Yeah, see, I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know.
my parents were working at Disney before I was born, so
Mm.
I spent my...
And what's really cool is what they did was they would take the rest of the town and they decorated like the little town of Bethlehem.
Aw.
So it
I wish I
became
had gotten to see all of that.
extremely popular, like too popular.
Yes.
Like Disney couldn't control the people. Disney had a really hard time keeping it going, and after a while, it just kind of collapsed on itself because it was so popular that they couldn't control it anymore. So it went away. Lights of Winter. Have you heard of Lights of Winter? Lights of Winter was between 1990 and 2009. It was a canopy archway of over 30,000 dazzling lights
At Epcot.
at Epcot.
Yes,
Correct.
I do remember that.
Running all the way down from Future World to the World Showcase Plaza,
I didn't realize that was the name of it.
and it would be synced with holiday music.
I actually have pictures of that.
That's because you're old. And then the equipment,
Wow.
the reason why that went away was because the equipment became so outdated that they couldn't keep up with it, with the modern technology, and they got rid of it. I know the dogs are upset too.
So,
I
make
know.
new canopies. That's not that difficult.
You know, Disney has to move on. You know, they can't. do
Look,
this.
you can buy a
That
set
was
of
really pretty.
LED light strips for less than 20
I
bucks on Amazon.
know.
Get rid of Disney.
Right, exactly.
Come on, Disney,
But-
get your act together.
I want to make sure that we talk about this last one because this last one hits home something fierce. And even the dogs are upset about this.
I think everybody
So,
was upset about that.
Last but certainly not least, the
Let me
Osborne
guess.
Festival
Yep.
of Lights.
Yeah.
1986. Now, this is an awesome, awesome story. I have to tell this story for those of you who don't know. I'm going to get into this. And yes, I'm going to be long-winded because I got to tell the story because if you don't
Look
know
at
the
you looking
story,
festive.
yes, see, if you don't know the story behind the Osborne Festival of
This
Lights.
is about the only thing Bill got excited about during the holidays.
Because it was like a major, because this guy was like a major fuck you, you know, like this is how it all started.
Oh, I
Disney
remember
took
that.
It. Like it was crazy. So let me get into this. 1986, there was a successful Arkansas businessman named Jennings Osborne, and his young daughter Allison asked him to decorate the house. Now you're a guy, and you're the man of the house.
Go big or go home.
And your daughter comes up to you and asks for Christmas lights. Oh, she's getting Christmas lights, right? Osborne decks out his house with over 1,000 Christmas lights. To obviously, you know, princess gets what princess wants, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I-
Didn't see your house decorated.
bro, let me tell you, if I had a daughter, oh, it'd be game over.
Forget your wife.
Yeah, I know. If the wife wants it, forget about it. Daughter, yeah.
Yeah, if princess wants it, princess gets it, right?
The cat wants it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Over the next 7 years, the Osborne display becomes increasingly ordnate and more detailed, right? So this guy is like fine-tuning his stuff now because he's sucked in, right? And in turn, it becomes even more popular. In 1993, the home becomes so popular that thousands of people are driving past this house to see his lights every year. This one's guilty of it this year by stalking people's homes.
Would you go down to Celebration and do that one street?
But that's a great idea.
Sorry.
Quick story. We were in Home Depot. We met somebody that was in the
Lowe's.
Coast Guard and at Lowe's, sorry. And then they were bragging about how much lights they put on. They told us where they lived. And then Stalker over here goes and literally drives past this dude's house to see the lights.
Yeah. I mean, he invited me to drive by it, and I'm not the only one. I mean, there was a lot of people in the neighborhood that were all walking around and driving around looking
He's
at
got
all
candy
the
in the van.
lights.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Surprised you made it home.
I got COVID vaccines in the van.
All right, so this thing starts to become really, really, really popular, right?
Yeah.
And then he had this giant illumination globe and like the 70-foot tall Christmas tree. So now his daughter is like giddy, right? But his neighbors,
Not so much.
not so much. Okay, not only is the house like bringing down planes, but now with the increased traffic into the town and into the neighborhood, they're starting to get pissed off, right? So in the early 90s, several of Osborne's unhappy neighbors sued him, brought a case up against him. And in 1993, 6 neighbors banded together and took Osborne to court. Osborne responded to the suit by stringing an additional 1,000 light strand. I love this guy, dude. Additional 1,000 light strand for the next year. And the court ordered Osborne to only have it displayed for 15 days between 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m., right? So they're trying to, okay, dude, chill out. And this guy's like, oh, no, you're going to take me to court? Oh, okay, hang on. I got more lights.
I got your lights.
I got your lights right here, right? So Osborne obviously tried to appeal the court's decision, and he took it to the Arkansas Supreme Court.
Wow.
And then it went to the United States Supreme Court.
Over Christmas lights.
Over Christmas
love
lights,
it.
bro. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas ruled on the case.
Wow.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Hey, Christmas lights are important. Come on.
So what Jennings Osborne was trying to claim was these people are trying to restrict my religious beliefs because it had a lot of religious stuff in it and lights and all this other stuff. He's just doing this for his daughter, bro. You know? So they were like, no, it's not violating your religious freedom, whatever. And then in 1995, it got worse for Osborne when the Arkansas Supreme Court ordered to shut down the display entirely. So the neighbors eventually
he
won.
Stuck with the local where
Right.
he could at least have it for 15 days and 7:30 to 10:30.
All right, so we're in 1995. This thing is going to get all the way up to Supreme Court, bro. And they rule that it's not a violation of religious freedom. And then eventually the Arkansas shut it down, right? In comes Walt Disney. Just when it looked like this whole entire thing was done, right? Disney steps in, and the director, John Phelan, heard about through media about the whole situation and what was going on.
Because by that point, wasn't it something like 3 million lights? And
Yeah, it was in the
crazy.
millions.
It was
was crazy.
Yeah.
So he contacts Osborne, and after a bit of convincing, he explains that he's going to take the Osborne lights and move it to the MGM residential area of the park. And then he wins because the Osborne Festival of Lights will live forever.
Or
You know.
kinda.
Kind of,
Well.
right?
At that point.
So, well, they made their point, though, bro.
Oh yeah.
Think about how popular the Osborne Festival of Lights was. I mean, we're talking, what, 20 years, right? So,
Wonder how he decorates his house now.
well, he's long dead, but
Oh.
but the thing about it was there was a debate on whether they were going to put it in downtown Orlando or in the parks. But Disney convinced them, listen, you want it in our parks because downtown Orlando is not going to care after a couple of years.
Right.
We'll sign a contract with you right now for 10, 15 years, and we'll roll every year. You know what I mean? So the family finally agreed to donate their display to Disney. And initially christened it the Osborne Family Festival of Lights that displayed at MGM Studios in 1995. And it was an immediate smash.
Yeah.
And if you knew the story behind it, I'd be all about that, right? So the lights became quickly a mainstay in the parks, obviously.
Right.
And for decades after decades, it's just, man, they just went crazy, right? Osborne was working with Disney. Osborne actually got hired by Disney as a consultant for the Osborne Festival of Lights. And the eventually topping out over 5 million lights.
Wow.
Including hidden Mickeys.
I know. I always looked for the hidden Mickeys and the black cat.
Yes, the
They
famous
would move-
black cat.
The black cat would move every year.
That's right. That's right. So Osborne Festival of Lights was moved to the residential street, which was torn down to make room for Lights Motor Action, that extreme.
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Which was a cool show.
Yeah, which was eventually
Yeah.
torn down again
Yeah.
to make room for Star Wars, right? So while the lights became a holiday institution at Walt Disney World, I love this guy, man. I absolutely love this guy. Jennings Osborne continued to irritate his neighbors.
That's what I wanted to know,
Of
what he did
course.
afterwards.
Get your popcorn ready, all right?
So I had to put up just 2 letters on my door, and the first one started with an F for my neighbors every year.
Right. So, okay, so now, not only did he get away with, now Disney's going to make this guy an example. And now he went back home, and now he's still got something for his neighbors, right? So he continued to irritate his neighbors back home. According to an Arkansas Online, in early 2000s, Jennings installed 100,000 lights that formed an American flag spelling out God Bless America and George W. Bush. Despite several instances of vandalism and protests, the display stayed up till 2008.
Wow.
8 years. Until Osborne himself passed away in 2011.
Aw.
Hashtag legend status, bro.
I was going to say, well, if he was banned from Christmas lights, I would have flipped it and gone Halloween.
Oh,
Right?
my God, right? So that's the history behind the Osborne Festival of Lights. And I wish they never did away with them.
Yeah, me
That
too.
that was the single event at Disney that got me in the Christmas spirit. When you walk down that street in the snow and the lights
snow, yeah.
and the hot chocolate, and I mean, that just got you in the Christmas spirit like you wouldn't believe. And
all the songs.
I
and
beg
everything
Disney to
else,
bring back
yeah.
that Osborne Festival of Lights. I beg them, but I think they're moved on, right? So
If they could decorate Star Wars Land for Christmas.
I don't know, but you ever wonder what happened to all those lights, right? And we're talking like 5 million lights. While the Osborne Festival of Lights is no longer featured at Walt Disney World, they are arguably doing better for the world in their current location. As you may or may not know, following their end of their run in 2016, Disney donated the vast majority of the lights to the Give Kids the World Village complex in Kissimmee. Now, if you're not familiar with that, Give Kids the World Village complex is
Which is actually going to be reopening again.
January
soon.
17th.
Yeah.
every Christmas they deck out those lights. Those lights at that particular complex are the Osborne Festival lights.
We
Not
need
realize
to
that.
go.
They just had their big thing, and I tried to choose a day, but like
I
Fridays and
know.
Saturdays when I was off,
Yeah,
they were
they're
sold out. Yeah, but I know people that went, and I saw photos. It was amazing.
And it's been raising money for them.
Which is a
for
good
a long
cause
time now,
because it's
yeah,
terminally ill
decades.
children that come down for the parks.
So they're currently using
And
it for the
families.
group's Night of Million Lights. And that's what you're referring to.
Yes.
To the event. To use to raise money for the village and to continue its mission of hosting and granting wishes for their guests.
And each house there is like themed. Like Universal has one, Disney has one,
Yeah.
Legoland, SeaWorld.
Right.
Yeah,
all
'cause
these
it's all
places.
of the-
yeah, so it's really cool that all these companies basically get behind such a very noble cause.
Absolutely. Special shout out to Jim Corris, Disney historian, and allears.net for the information. Merry Christmas, everybody. And if you are in Central Florida and you get a chance to go to that Night of Million Lights, please do, because your money goes to a very special cause.
Yes.
And you get to still see the lights from Osborne Lights. So Kona's excited about that.
Had to come back and play with the pen.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm on their site right now, and there's no more standard dates. Select a peak date. The only date left is Sunday, January 3rd. And holiday night tickets, and those are $40 for adults, $20
Which
for kids.
isn't bad, considering how much did you pay to go to Disney to see just the lights?
I'd
Thursday,
pay $40 for that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thursday, December 31st, Friday, January 1st, and Saturday, January 2nd. Available.
We should take our special guest.
Do you want me to book some for Friday the 1st?
I don't know. We'll see. While we're figuring that out, we're going to move to sponsors. Rock Stars and Flowers. Did you see that post?
I did. I liked it.
Beatlemania is going wild
Right?
at Rock Stars and Flowers right now. They were contracted by a Beatle collector to do Ringo, Paul, and John Lennon. And they've come out amazing. They're not done with them. But you can go to UDN Facebook page and you can see their stuff. It's absolutely amazing. So
There should be
You named three. What was the fourth
the
one?
fourth of them.
they only were contracted to do the 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys are looking at each other like trying to communicate. I'm like, what? What did
Yeah.
I miss?
You named 3 out of 4 Beatles. That's
Yeah,
why I
I
was like,
gonna
did
say,
they
there are
not?
4 Beatles.
Yeah, they were only contracted to do 3 of them.
That's weird. I wonder why.
Screw the other guy.
I'm sure they're going to
Okay,
get
we
the
want
other
to
guy.
know the reason why they didn't do all 4.
Guess who you can ask when they're here.
Inquiring minds
got-
want to know.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to pump up, obviously, the marketplace. The UDN marketplace is certainly the place to go to get anything Disney and Universal. We are creeping fast,
Yeah, Magic
on
Feather
Christmas.
Shop has some really amazing Christmas ears.
and they can overnight it. So if you got last-minute Christmas stuff that you got to get done, shame on you. We're 2 days away, 3 days away.
I know.
But-
Can you imagine?
Even if you don't and you want to get some really awesome stuff, they got the Christmas stuff out right now. They got all kinds of stuff. Go to UDN, worldofudn.com, click on the marketplace. You are going to see, I mean, it is like the Amazon of Disney and Universal
Yeah.
stuff.
Some 2020 closeouts from
And-
us.
Note that the majority of the people that are on the marketplace are small businesses, but we're also we're authorized to sell Disney merchandise.
Yes.
So actual Disney merchandise. So you're not getting the cheap imitation stuff from China. Let you know, go check out the marketplace. We certainly appreciate it. Anything that you buy at the marketplace supports us at UDN Live, and it also supports UDN in general.
And small businesses.
Yeah, small businesses too. So it's a win across the board, folks. If you want to help us out and keep the podcast going, definitely go visit the marketplace. Jen's done a fabulous job with that, and we certainly
She
appreciate
has.
all her efforts. Hopefully she gets better soon. She's not feeling very well right now, so hopefully she feels better soon.
Fill with your hands.
Yes, and awkward.
Sorry, Jen. You know I can't control them.
She's known that for years.
Well,
That's
yeah.
her own. That's her
She
own.
should not be
It's
sick.
Yeah.
really not a surprise.
That's her own mentality problem and issues if she doesn't know
Right.
better.
So Christmas is coming with a passion, and I want to say from all of us to all of you, we wish you health, love, peace, and happiness during the holiday seasons. And of course, the greatest gift of all, 2021.
We won't be back until the new year.
That's
I know.
correct.
I know.
That's correct. You know, I don't have to be the first one to say this, that 2020 has been an absolute nightmare for everyone. And we've lost a lot of people,
Yes.
and people have lost their jobs. People have been struggling. People have been in really, really dark places. And, you know, 2021 hopefully will bring us a lot of hope, and maybe we can get through this whole nightmare and try to get back to normal. If what normal is up to you, I don't know. But
For those
until
of us
then,
that's been normal or never been normal.
right. Just keep on keeping on, folks. If you're struggling right now, trust us. We're there. We're all there. We're here for you. Just understand that we're going to get through this mess and we're going to be all right. And so if you could take a moment even if it's Skype or Zoom or whatever, to spend some quality time with your family, do it. You know, don't let this pandemic ruin your holidays. It's going to be like one of no other. Hopefully, we'll be back to normal. You know, if you're in these parks, be safe, have fun, wear your mask
Properly.
Exactly.
And I can't believe we're saying this, but we will see you next year.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.
You have been listening to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. Please visit our website at worldofudn.com and join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest updates, news, and events from your favorite theme parks. See you in 2 weeks.